out on the crux this morning. It's 7 a.m. Excuse me if my voice sounds a little hoarse. So I've just been sick for the last 6 days. I haven't been able to ride once, indoor or outdoor. I don't know what I caught, but it was a rough week. I had no energy, an absolute lack of appetite. I didn't want to eat anything. Like any food I ate, I had to force down. And I felt like I was going to throw up the whole time, and I never actually threw up. I couldn't sleep at night because I'd been drained all day and ended up sleeping all day, and then I'd be up tossing and turning all night, and it was a vicious cycle, and I wouldn't eat, and I was losing energy. And I don't know what it was. Maybe I caught COVID or something. I didn't get tested, but today's the first day that I felt like I've got the energy to ride. So I got up early to go out because today's going to be about 97-degree high. And I wasn't about to go out in that when I wasn't at 100%. It feels good to be outside. And it feels good to have that sickness mostly behind me now, because it was debilitating. I haven't felt that frail in maybe ever. But on the mend now. The other thing I wanted to check out is that this trail had been closed from like June 12th to June 20th for some renovation, and I can already see that this section here looks better. Not that it was bad, they've definitely done some nice work. There was a few little spots where there was kind of divots and holes, but it looks like they filled everything in quite nicely. Nicely surprised. It was only 8 days, so I didn't think they were going to do much at all. Oh, it's so nice to be out this early. It's quiet. And I'm just so glad to be outside after what I went through last week. I barely went outdoors. A couple of times just to go shopping. Groceries and stuff. Other than that, locked down. I think my wife was pretty surprised. She got up this morning. She saw me kitted up, ready to go. She's like, "Wait, where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm going on a bike ride." And she was like, "Are you okay to do that?" I'm like, "Well, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't. So I better not pass out." I feel fine. Like I said, it feels great to be outside. And I am impressed with what they've done with this trail in a limited amount of time. Even the edging looks different. I don't know what they did, but it looks great. There was another reason I wanted to come out today. It's because right before I got sick, I took this bike in for its first tune-up ever. And by the time I got it back, I was in the middle of my sickness. So I hadn't been able to give it a test ride since I got it back. So I wanted to see. I'd actually taken it to. I usually take it to a bike shop in another town next to mine. But there's a local guy started up a business in my town. And I figured I'd give him a shot. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. This bike has never sounded better. So I got to make sure I give him a good review. And I might take most of my bikes to him now, since he's closer, and he's actually a little bit cheaper too. Not that I didn't like the job the bike shop did in the other town, it's just it's nice to have someone closer. But yeah, everything sounds great. It's actually never sounded this great. As I said, I bought this thing used, so this is the first time I've ridden it right off of a fresh tune-up. It really sounds great. I should have done it earlier. Plus I got the saddle. The one problem I had with this bike since I bought it was the saddle had a popping sound that I just learned to live with. I bought a new saddle, and while he tuned it up, I had him put the new saddle on too. And it really is nice to not have that popping sound. And I know it didn't come off on the videos, but I would hear it. Feel it more feel it than hear it. But yeah, I'm very happy. Well, I did my regular approximately 25, well, I'm almost done with my regular approximately 25 kilometer ride. I'm glad to have been able to do the whole thing. I would have accepted only making half of it, considering I've been so out of it for the past week. I am starting to feel a little fatigued. That's understandable. But I only have about 5 kilometers left. If anybody with any medical knowledge who might know what I might have had, feel free to comment. Again, my symptoms, probably the worst symptom was nausea and lack of appetite. And then insomnia at night. And then even when I did eat food and forced myself to eat food, it tasted a little off, like almost like metallic. I don't know, it was just, everything tasted a little different. Even my favorite foods, I couldn't stomach. Like my wife could have offered me my favorite pizza place in town, and I would have been like, no way. So yeah, those were the main symptoms. What else did I think I had? A little bit of a runny nose, constant headache, and just complete fatigue the whole time. I felt like I couldn't get out of bed. Yeah, that's about it. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm just glad to be back out on my first ride. Let's call it my recovery ride. Thanks.